Guys, welcome back for another video. What we're going to be doing today is we'll be looking at all of our NBA games we have coming up for March 1st, our Saturday matchups. There's going to be 6 games in total. We're going to completely break down these NBA games, try to predict the outcome. Who's going to win, who's going to lose. We'll also take a look at our best bets, the money lines, the spreads, the over-unders. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. If you have any comments about these games or anything else, please drop them below, and I will respond to every single one of them. We are running through the NBA season. We go over every game every night. We also have baseball season coming up, and we have all of our off-season NFL and college football news. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, but let's get started looking at these games. The very first one we have kicking things off is going to be an Eastern Conference versus Eastern Conference matchup at 6 p.m. tonight. We have the 10-48 Washington Wizards versus the 14-44 Charlotte Hornets. Right now, the Hornets at home, 61.1% chance to win this game. They are 4-point favorites. The over-under here is 219.5. This is two teams that are at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. They're basically battling it out for last place. Right now, the Washington Wizards 15th in the East, the Charlotte Hornets 14th in the East. Both teams are at the bottom, but they want to stay above the other team. Right now, when you're looking at Washington, they're going to be led by Jordan Poole, having a pretty solid season so far. 21 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, 4.8 assists. And on the other side, you have Bridges, 19.9 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 3.7 assists. The main thing that's hampering these teams, the turnovers per game. Both teams are at the bottom of the NBA right now. You got to play ball control. You got to keep those turnovers down, and then you have a definite shot to win this game. Right now for Washington, they're averaging 108.3 per game. They're giving up 121.2. One of the worst offenses in the NBA, one of the worst defenses in the NBA. That's kind of where these two teams separate. So at least Charlotte has a pretty solid defense. Right now they're averaging 105.2. Awful offense, but they're only giving up 112.8. That defense is going to be at home. We're going to go with Charlotte to win this game. It's going to be a close one, but we have Charlotte winning, and we have them covering the spread. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, we're going to have the 21-37 Brooklyn Nets versus the 33-27 Detroit Pistons. Right now, the Pistons at home, 75.7% chance to win this game. The over-under here, 218, and the Pistons 9.5-point favorites. Pretty big favorites here at home. You definitely see why when you look at these two matchups. This is another Eastern Conference on Eastern Conference matchup. The Nets 11th in the East. The Pistons are 6th in the East. So at least they are a playoff caliber team. Pistons pretty hot the last 10 games. The last 10 games, they are 8-2, and they're averaging 122 points a game. So that offense has been carrying them for the last 2 weeks. Brooklyn, that's what's holding them back. They're having issues as team offense overall. They are not scoring enough points. They're only averaging 105.1 points a game. They're going to be led by Johnson, 19.1 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, 3 assists per game. They're giving up 111.1. So at least they have a pretty decent defense, but it's that offense that's been holding them back the entire season. They got to score some points. They have to take some pressure off the defense. And right now for the Pistons, a well-rounded team. They're going to be led by Cunningham, 25.7 points per game, 6.3 rebounds, 9.5 assists. He also has Beasley to back him up. He's averaging 18.4 points per game. Right now for the team, they're averaging 114.3. They're giving up 113. They have a decent offense. They have a decent defense. We're going to go with the Pistons to win this one at home, but we're going to go with the plus 9.5. We do have this matchup being pretty close. And then at 8 p.m., we're going to have the 24-33 San Antonio Spurs versus the 38-20 Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies have been rolling right now. One of the best offenses in the NBA. Yes, they give up some points, but they can score with anyone. When you can score that many points, you have an easy chance to win this game, and you're at home. Right now, the Grizzlies, 81.5% chance to win this game. They are 11-point favorites. Pretty big spread. The over here is 241 points. Obviously, the Spurs, they have Wembanyama as their top scorer, but he's out. Since he's been out, this team basically has no traction. They don't have anyone who can lead them on the scoring side. He was averaging 24.3 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists. As a team, they're averaging 112.4. They're giving up 114.5, but obviously a lot of that was with Wembanyama on the court. So a lot of those stats, they don't necessarily mean anything right now. They have been struggling in their last 10 games. They're going to be playing Memphis. Memphis, number 2 in the West. They can score. They play defense. They're going to be led by Jackson, 22.9 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2.2 assists. They're averaging 123.3 points per game. They can score some points. They're giving up 116.6. But what separates this team from other teams, they can also dominate in the paint, 47.5 rebounds. We're going to go with Memphis winning this one, and we're still going to go with them covering that massive spread. I hate massive spreads, but we have the Grizzlies taking this one. And then at 8 p.m., we have a pretty good matchup. Two teams that are over 500, both of them shots to make the playoffs. This game's going to be at 8 p.m. We have the 30-28 Sacramento Kings. They come into this game 10th in the West, still a shot to make the playoffs. They'll be on the road versus the 37-22 Houston Rockets, who right now sit 5th in the West. Right now, the Rockets at home, 67.7% chance to win this game. They are 4-point favorites. The over-under here is 228.5. Obviously, when you're looking at the Kings, they're bringing some firepower with them to Houston. They're going to be led by DeRozan, 22 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 3.8 assists per game. They also have Sabonis, 19.9 points per game. Zach LaVine, they don't have a bad team at all. They can score some points. They play defense, but they are an over 500 team with a winning record against Western Conference teams. They've been pretty hot their last 10 games, but so has the Houston Rockets. Right now, they're going to be led by Green, 21.6 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 3.1 assists. They have the firepower to keep this game close, but they're going to be relying on their defense at home. That's what's going to help them out. They have Green. They have Sengun. They don't have a bad team. They're averaging 112.8. They're giving up 108.8. Like I was saying, it's going to be that defense. That's something that you can rely on at home, and they dominate in the boards on the paint, 48.2 points per game. But I'm going to go the other way. This game's going to be close to me. Would not surprise me in any way if the Houston Rockets win this game, but I'm going to go with the +4. I'm going to go with the Kings pulling off the upset on the road. And then at 8:30 p.m. on ABC, the 32-27 Golden State Warriors. Now, you have to keep in mind, Steph Curry is coming off of a 56-point game, so right now they are cruising really good the last 10 games, 7-3. Right now, Golden State 7 in the West. They are in line for the playoffs. They have a lot going for them. They're going to be on the road here playing the 20-38 Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers just an awful last couple weeks. The last 10 games, they are 1-9. They don't really have anything going for them. They don't have a great offense. They don't have a great defense. That's why Golden State is the favorite on the road here. 71.6% chance to win this game. They are 6.5-point favorites. The over in here is 225.5. Golden State, they are scoring points right now. They are scoring points in bunches, especially their last 10 games. They're averaging 122 points per game. But overall on the season, they're averaging 112.9. They're giving up 111.1. They are keeping the turnovers down. But so are the 76ers, technically. Right now, the 76ers, 108.9 per game, really struggling on offense, really struggling rebounding in the paint, only 39.2 rebounds per game. That's one of the worst in the NBA. They are giving up 113.4. The defense isn't bad. The offense does not score enough points to help them out. They're going to be led by Maxey, 27.2 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 6 assists. They don't have a bad team overall, technically, but they don't have the firepower right now to keep up with the Golden State Warriors, who especially currently right now are just scoring too many points, led by Steph Curry, 24 points per game. We have the Golden State Warriors winning this one on the road. We have them covering this one. In our final game of the night, 8:30 p.m., we have the 33-25. Don't forget, there's going to be an Eastern Conference on Western Conference matchup. We have the Milwaukee Bucks, 33-25. They sit at 5th in the East. They're going to be on the road here versus the 32-28 Dallas Mavericks. Still a shot to make the playoffs, sitting at 9 in the West. Both teams having pretty decent scores the last 10 games. Right now, the Bucks the last 10, 7-3. And then you have the Mavericks last game, 6-4. Both teams potentially in line for the playoffs, so there's a lot hinging on this game. They want to make sure to win this one. Looking at the Bucks, obviously you have Giannis living the way, 30.9 points per game, 12.1 rebounds, 5.8 assists. He also has Damian Lillard there to back him up, 25.4 points per game. Trent Jr. On the other side, Dallas, they don't have Luka anymore. Massive loss. One of the dumbest trades ever. I will keep saying that forever. Anthony Davis, to me, what a waste. You knew the guy was going to get hurt, but Kyrie Irving is still doing what he does. 24.9 points per game, 4.9 rebounds, 4.7 assists. They got to get Klay Thompson going, especially from three. They need him to back up Irving, and they need to make sure they score some points here. Right now, Milwaukee, 114.1 points a game, and they're giving up 112.4. And on the other side, Dallas, 14.9 points per game, giving up 113.1. These teams are really evenly matched, very similar records, very similar statistics. It's who's going to win this one. I could see Dallas pulling this off at home, but I trust the Bucks defense on the road here. As long as Giannis can stay healthy, we have the Bucks winning this one. We have them covering it.